Hey trackies, welcome back to another video here on TXT Track Time. Please remember to like the video and also subscribe to the channel. What a wonderful day for Jamaicans at the Silesia Diamond League. Very solid performances, and I'm excited about what I saw, even though, these performances didn't reflect in their individual events at the Paris Olympic Games. They're still, lifting their chins up and performing well to round out their season. And I'm excited for how strongly they're performing. And of course, looking forward to what they'll be able to do in seasons to come. So let's kick things off with the women's 100 meters. And our lone participant from the Paris Olympic Games in the women's 100 meter finals, Tia Clayton, was here representing. She also had her teammate and club member as well, Natasha Morrison, there with her in the lineup. But trackies, Tia Clayton goes back to the drawing board. After what happened in Lausanne, she goes back to the drawing board and she's like, look here, I have that rocket start. That rocket start didn't come out. And it's so funny because I was talking about the fact that we haven't seen the rocket start. We're not getting the rocket start, out of her. And if she's not getting that start, then potentially you won't necessarily see, that those great performances that she has shown or shown signs of, in a few outings, 10.86, 10.89, right? So we have seen it from her, but not consistent enough. Well, guess what, track is? It turned up today. She came back and whopped the field today and said, all right, I'm going to execute my race. She was out there, on the outside minding her own business. And I'm like, all right, girl, let's see. Good start. Fantastic start. And I'm like, all right, another hold them moment. Hold them, Tia. And she was definitely able to go away with the win here, and she ran at 10.83 seconds. And I'm like, wow, new personal best. Unfortunately, no, it's not a new personal best. It was run in a wind of positive 2.9 meters per second wind. Yes. So that's the wind that was behind these athletes. But outside of the wind trackers, I thought it was a very good execution from her. Strong execution, as I said, from me personally. That's what I've been wanting to see in all her races. So because she's, very clearly very young, right? So just turned 20 recently. So there's a lot more, of growth in terms of being able to be as consistent as possible with her execution. Sometimes it works, trackies, and sometimes it doesn't. You know what I mean? In the last outing, we didn't really see the best execution from her. This time around, she came back with a better execution. So I'm happy for her and happy that she walked away with the win. As I said, 10.83. Now, this race was pretty much blanket as far as I'm concerned with three athletes, right? Mary-Josée Talou-Smith was second, also 10.83 seconds, right? Separated by the 1,000. So for those who are complaining that Jamaica never gets, the edge when it's a photo finish down to the hundreds, yes, it does happen. And in this case, it proves that, Tia definitely walked away with the win. I definitely saw that clear as day. As much as people love to say, oh, you can't see 100/1,000 with naked eye trackers, to me, it's very obvious. As a matter of fact, all the other, photo finishes were very obvious to me. I don't know why everybody was complaining about where Jamaica placed in these photo finishes. But with that being said, Tia walks away with the win. Same time as Mary-Josée Talou, though, but she settles for second with that 10.83. Actually, good execution from Talou as well. As you all know, I've been talking about, actually being surprised seeing her here, on the circuit running, given how she looked in Paris, especially going down with what seemed to be an injury. Well, she's back up and running a really super fast time, and this would have been a season's best for her if she if the wind was allowable. So unfortunately this wind is over the allowable, so it is not a season's best for her. Tamari Davis was also right there as well, 10.84. Very consistent. Out of all of these athletes that were running here, she has been the most consistent all season, right? So she runs a 10.84, but again, the wind notwithstanding, I do believe that all the performances that we've seen from her this season has literally she's literally given us the same execution time and time again. So she's the most consistent, I would say, out of all the other athletes that I've seen in this lineup here, and she takes the third place with that 10.84, as I said. But yeah, great running from these three athletes. Tia Clayton gets the edge, and of course we're excited. She just just has to keep going, just keep working at it. It will eventually become something plug and play, where when she gets into the blocks, it's second nature for her to just pop out all the time and execute her best race, right? So we're definitely going to give her that time for growth, and yeah, we're celebrating with her this win. Unfortunately, as I said, it's not a PB because the wind is above the allowable, but still an exciting run nonetheless. Darlnita was there. She ran at 11.01 for fourth. Y'all know she was fourth at the Olympic Games. Then we had Natasha Morrison. She was ninth in this race and she ran at 11.07 seconds. Now, track is moving on to the women's triple jump. So, another win here for Jamaica. Shanieka Ricketts walks away with the win here and she jumps a 14.50 meters to take the win. So, good jumping from her. Perez Hernandez was second, 14.42. And Daria the catch from Italy was third, 14.02. So, as I said, very, very strong performances from Jamaicans here at the Silesia Diamond League. Very, very, even if they didn't win, really, really competent performances because we had as well Akila Smith. She plays fifth here with a 13.78. Still, freshly professional. So it's going to take some time for her to, one, get into, competing on the circuit, plus also be able to do her best on the circuit as well. So, I mean, there's a lot of room there for growth, you know what I mean? So I'm just looking forward for the future for her. And I'm glad that, now that we have one jumper that is seemingly, on the way out in the triple jump, we have a youngster that is, falling right into place. So Jamaica will always have, multiple participants in the women's triple jump. So I'm excited for her and clearly her future. Now, moving on from the women's triple to the men's high jump. I was very, very excited for Romain Beckford because he jumped a personal best 2.29 meters. And actually, he was leading the competition at one point. And I was like, yes, yes, yes. I was so happy. He was so energetic when he, jumped that PB and he was definitely going for it. So again, not the performances. So I, did see somebody in my comment section going off about how, we shouldn't do predictions anymore. I don't think anybody could have predicted how, Jamaicans performed in Paris because there was a lot of mishaps happening. If things remained equal, then the Jamaicans would have been in the conversation. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. It's water under the bridge. But I don't want people coming in here telling me, oh, I shouldn't be doing any predictions because, Paris, nobody's Paris predictions worked. Everybody's Paris predictions flopped. Every single Jamaican that did a prediction for Paris had it flop, right? And that is a fact. So I'm not the only one here. So leave me alone on my predictions. Let me enjoy my Jamaicans and their performances, okay? So Romain Beckford does absolutely phenomenal here. New PB. I'm excited for us again into more and more events. And these are field events, as a matter of fact. So we're definitely leaving our mark everywhere we go, and I'm loving it. So excited for him and his future as well. Now we had Natoya Gould in the women's 1,000 meters, not even contested a lot, but she was fifth here and she ran a 2 minutes 34.37 seconds for that fifth place. Now she did participate in the 800 meters in Lausanne. I don't know, somewhere, somehow, between me recording and me posting my video, realizing that I didn't actually report on her performance in Lausanne. So apologies to Natalia Gould topping. This wasn't not, personal or anything like that. I don't want anybody to think that I'm leaving anybody out. Never, 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 never. So she performs here in the 1,000 meters and she places fifth. Now moving on to the final event that we had Jamaican representation in. It was a men's shot put and Rajendra placed eighth and he threw a 20.78 meters. It's kind of interesting me, watching Rajendra here on the circuit post the Olympic Games and thinking, what he told himself the year before and what he told himself this year. And it's kind of something I said in another video that a lot of these athletes that once they compete, at the championships, whether it's a world championships or an Olympic Games, their season pretty much in their mind ends. So even though you may see them on the circuit, you don't get those phenomenal performances because for them, they've already achieved what they set out to achieve, and that was to perform well at the championships, right? So I've seen quite a few people that haven't been quote unquote performing well, and for me it's fine because as I said, once you do the deed at the championships a lot of times, then your focus is, elsewhere. Your focus is actually probably on vacation at this particular point. So yeah, he finishes eighth, 20.78. I'm not going to really kill him over it because as I said, you don't know how it goes with people and their mindset sometime. And I think based on something that he said earlier, it's giving me, my season is done. You know what I mean? So with that said, trackies, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. As usual, like the video and subscribe to the channel. I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye.